Hello everyone, Railgan here, and lately I've been asked quite a bunch of times, how do you play ZvP nowadays? Because I made quite a few videos on the CBT matchup, I made quite a few videos on the CBT matchup, and today I want to show you how I play ZvP, and it's actually a little bit funny. First of all, I start with a 13-12 or a 12 pool every game. I almost never go hedge first unless I go for something like 2-base mutant. So I go, I make a fast pool, drone up to 14, build an overlord, build 6 Lings. I try to put pressure on my opponent, usually it doesn't really work, but hey. Shut down the probe, 6 Lings total, expand, drone up, build a queen, and another expansion. It's like the basic opening. And then my game plan at the moment is to build only Zerglings. No matter what my opponent is doing, I'm going to build nothing but Lings. And it actually it works quite well. I build Lings and queens, and sometimes I add a couple banelings. I get a lot of melee upgrades. I'm putting on some pressure over here with my Lings. It's not really important. It's also not really interesting. What's really interesting, however, is that I'm droning up at home. I'm able to overtake the Protoss around the 4-minute mark when we are up at around 30 workers, usually on the drone count. I put drones back into the gas, I build an evolution chamber. I'm going to play against I think this guy goes for Archons, a lot of Archons I think. And he first starts out with an arc with a sentry immortal push. Quite scary, right? And I'm going to try and defend this with pretty much only queens. My spine crawler is a little bit late. Would have loved to have a spine crawler ready by now, but sadly I don't quite. My plus on melee is also not done, my bailing nest is also not done. So right here we have a pretty bad engagement by me, right? My Lings are kind of stuck, my queens are getting hit, my spine crawler luckily managed to finish. But you can tell the engagement is not really going the way I had planned to. I luckily am able to kill off the Warp Prism. However, he eventually manages to clean my expansion, and I then go for a follow-up cleanup with a bunch of banelings. He does not quite finish the hatchery, but a quick drop with some immortals eventually manages to clean the hatchery. What's important is I'm only really mining gas from one gas. I'm getting a lair, I'm getting a third base and a fourth base right now. My opponent can't really take a third base because I have so many Lings on the map. As soon as he tries to move his units down here, my Lings go in here and kill the third base, right? So my opponent is a little bit limited in terms of what he can do. I cannot break him though because he has a shield battery there. And he's going for yet another push right now. There's a drop in my main base that I'm trying to clean up with a bunch of banelings, queens and Lings. And there's also an attack over here that sadly manages to kill quite a few of my workers. I was focused on the attack in the main base as I felt like I could sacrifice this base and just use the drones over there instead. I'm still sticking to one gas. It's what I usually do. I stick to 1 or 2 gases at most, and the couple gas that I do have I spend on banelings, and everything else gets spent on Lings. Queens are quite nice. Right here is another huge mishap. I fare quite well against the immortals, but I have absolutely nothing ready against the DTs as they're killing my hatchery, as they're killing pretty much everything. My overseer is only now done, so of course I wouldn't have needed to lose that much. But once again, while I do lose my third base, I still have a lot of Lings on the map, and he can't really expand, right? I mean, this one right here, I'm able to get the Archons. Lings with +2 melee upgrade do a hell of a ton of damage against even units like Archons. Once again, he's trying to move out. I think I missed those zealots, sadly. Going over here. See a couple of Chargelots. Do you see how fast they die? I'm gonna go down to normal speed here. Do you see how quickly these units die against my Lings? Even the Archons. Boom, Archon gone. Zealot gone. But managed to get that Archon. But I'm able to put on some pressure over here. Kind of want him to make a move. I kill a gateway. Opponent is still going strong. I'm now back on 3 bases trying to take my 4th, while my opponent is trying to take the 3rd base after his main is pretty much mined out and this natural is mining out as well. Ling counter over here forces a reaction out of him. At home I'm sadly kind of getting rolled by Archon Chargelot. This is a very scary moment in this game. I could have probably defended at home if I just pulled the Lings home instead, but I felt like I'm in a position where I can go in and just kind of kill him. And well, I kill pretty much every drone he has, every worker he has. Then I go for a counter over here, then I pull my units back to clean up everything he has. I have a lot of spank crawlers and queens waiting down here, so I felt like I could probably defend quite easily over there. But I did not want my opponent to recall these units and do something annoying. Instead, I wanted to just go in, pounce and kill him. This is still quite a scary army, right? There's a couple Archons here. He manages to take out my main base. My queens try to kill the war prison right here. Don't quite get it, but this one flanking queen eventually kills the war prison. Couple more Lings hatch and I'm able to clean up the Archons in the main base as well. And well, that is how I won against Chargelot Archon with mass Lings, I guess. Because he has no workers left, literally. Oh yes, 1, 2 now. There's these zealots. I have 1 base, 2 base mining. Putting some, just kind of checking what he's doing. He morphs an Archon out of the DTs and he asks me how many workers he has. I respond. I felt this was... I like playing this style where I build pretty much only Lings. It's kind of hard to beat these units. I mean, he's building the perfect army to counter my army, but because I don't really spend money on gas, I'm able to have a lot of workers in the minerals. Now, I'm also not really droning up much, so I just have a lot of Lings and really well upgraded, and because of that, I'm able to beat him. Hope this was kind of educational, funny video, and I'll post some more ZvP videos in the future, and till then, thank you for watching.